Hey everyone, I hope you are doing good. Today I am going to recap an anime movie called Patema Inverted. The movie opens up with the antagonist named Izumura, who has captured someone and calls him an outcast. He states that he is superior to all, and then throws an object which gets released up in the air. The scene then shifts to a girl named Patema who is exploring a restricted area. Patema lives in the underground world where the gravity is inverted as compared to the normal world. She arrives at her home and gets scolded by her elder. He tells her to behave as she is a princess and her father was a chief. He tells her not to visit the restricted area again. We are now told Patema was inspired by a guy named Lagos. But unfortunately, he went for a journey to explore the above world and never returned. Patema looks at a photograph of the above world, which was gifted to her by Lagos. The other day, she again visits the restricted area. She gets startled when she hears someone walking. She is about to leave, but gets confronted with an entity with red, glowing eyes who is attached to ceiling like a bat. He is about to attack her, but she starts to swing the rod to scare him away. But he disarms her, so she runs. She reaches the end of the bridge. She turns around and realizes that the mysterious entity is not attacking her. So she gets relaxed and leans to the side. But the rod she was leaning breaks and she fell down the bridge. Later she wakes up and found herself at an unknown place. Her backpack slips away and gets stuck to the fences of the upside world. She tries to get it, but loses her grip. A guy named Age is stunned to see her as she is getting pulled to the sky. She asks for his help, so he lends his hand. But now they both fly upwards. So Patema drops her bag, which reduces their weight, and they descend down. Age takes her to his warehouse. She is clutching his arm in fear. But as they arrive inside, she releases his hand and steps on the ceiling. She then carefully peeks outside the door and gets reminded of the photograph that Lagos gave her. She looks at the sky and gets scared as she is inverted. Age asks her if she is one of the inverted humans. She gets distressed and asks him why everything here hangs from the ceiling, to which he replies that she is the one hanging from the ceiling. She gets scared as she thinks that Age might hurt her like the mysterious Batman-like entity from the past. She panics, but he calms her down by stating he won't hurt her. She realizes that he might be a nice guy as he had saved her. He asks her how she came to the upside world. She breaks down and starts crying. Suddenly sirens start ringing, and Age informs her that he needs to leave for school, or he will lose his citizenship. Patema doesn't want to be left alone, but he assures her that he will be back very soon. At school, the students are being taught that years ago, due to a calamity, many fell into the pits of the sky. And now those who live upon the surface are the citizens of Aga. But Age ignores it and gazes at the sky. His teacher yells at him and tells him that the people of Aga are superior beings, and those who fell into the sky are sinners. Later, he returns home with some bread for Patema. She is happy to see him as she was lonely for a while. Later at night, Patema finds Age sitting outside, looking at the sky. He asks her to join him. She refuses, but upon seeing the reflection of stars on Age's suitcase, she gets curious and carefully peeks out and gets mesmerized by the beauty. Age tells her about his father who once made a machine which could fly into the sky. But everyone was skeptical. But during the launch, his dad fell from the machine and died. Patema comforts him by stating that she understands why his dad wanted to explore the sky as it is so beautiful. Age is glad to see that finally someone understands his feelings. We now see that Izumura has been monitoring the entire Aga and is suspicious that someone has infiltrated from the world below. The next day, Age is glad to know that Patema came from the world beneath the earth. She talks about her home. She states that the place doesn't have any open space and is cramped to a great extent. He promises to help her reach home safely. But suddenly they see 4 security officers approaching them. Patema is scared, and she states one of them attacked her earlier. Age tells her to escape with him. But when she looks down at the sky, she hesitates. Age tells her that the guards are coming to catch her as they believe that those who came from the world below are sinners. She asks him if he believes that too, to which he denies. She is glad and holds his hands and takes the leap. They start to run and jump off the cliff. But they land safely due to their inverted gravitational forces. He proposes an idea of hopping down the fence and entering the world below. They start to run towards the guards and jumps over them. They realize that they are almost flying. But an officer named Jaku fires a net at them, and they get captured. They get separated. At school, Age gets interrogated by his teachers. Soon Izumura arrives with his officers. He warns Age by stating that he might end up like his father. Later, Patema wakes up and finds herself chained to the ceiling. Izumura enters. She yells at him and states she doesn't like this world. To which he states that she is unaware of the truth of the inverted people. She sees a picture where people get sucked into the sky. Izumura tells her that long ago people tried to use gravity as an energy source. But their experiment failed, and due to which the gravity was inverted across the earth. They created Ega to avoid repeating the same incident. He doesn't want anyone from the surface to commit the same sin by associating themselves with anyone from the world below. She seems confused by his theory. He shows her one of the inverted people who tried to infiltrate their world. So they killed them and stored his body. Patema is traumatized to see that the inverted guy was Lagos, and now he is dead. He tries to frighten her even more by dragging her to the window and states that he will drop her to the sky if she tries to disobey him. She clutches his arms in fear. He reminds her that she has to rely on him. Age arrives at home and gets reminded of Patema. He goes outside and kicks the fences in rage. Suddenly, Patema's friend named Porta appears in front of him. Porta scolds him for not saving Patema. He takes him to the world below. Everybody panics to see a guy from above. The elder scolds them. But Porta insists on saving Patema. They make a plan to enter the tower secretly and save Patema from Izumura's clutch. They manage to avoid the surveillance camera and reach the place where Patema is held captive. Patema has been kept at the highest floor with her bed on the glass ceiling with a weight attached to her leg. She is scared and calls for Ajay, and to her surprise, Age arrives and hugs her. He apologizes to her for leaving her alone. She cries out of relief. Their moment of happiness is cut down as Izumura arrives with the guards. Age takes a chair and breaks the glass ceiling and tells Patema to hold his hands. But due to a weight attached to her leg, they are getting pulled to the sky. So Age tries to hold the ceiling. Soon Izumura arrives and kicks Age and holds Patema. He orders Jaku to shoot Age, but he hesitates. Patema takes advantage of this and climbs down Izumura, kicking him. She throws herself towards Age. They hold on to each other and fly up in the sky. As they reach the sky, they notice that the stars they were seeing before were artificial lights. They are unable to process where they have arrived. They find Patema's backpack and Age's father's flying machine. In the machine, they find Age's dad's diary. As they read it, they find out that Age's father already knew Lagos and hid him from everyone. With Lagos's assistance, his dad made the flying machine. His dad wanted to help Lagos in reuniting all mankind. Suddenly, the machine moves due to disturbance in weight. They both look at each other and share a moment. It is now revealed that Izumura was the one who killed Age's father and captured Lagos. Back in the present, Age and Patema managed to repair his dad's machine, and it flew down with both of them. As they were flying down, Izumura noticed them and ordered his officers to execute them. Patema saw the officers approaching them, so she suggested they jump. This time she wasn't scared, and together they jumped down the machine and flew towards the fence. Jaka throws a net at them, but they successfully dodged it and jumped over the fence. They both descend to the underground world. Back there, Porta and others are performing Patema's funeral, thinking she is dead. But on seeing her with Age, they are overjoyed. Patema informs the elder that Lagos is dead. Age hands his dad's bag to him, and just then they got attacked by Izumura and his officers. As a result, Patema and Age fell down the shaft. To Izumura's surprise, Jaku ditches him and helps the inverted people. So he takes out his gun to shoot him. Porta angrily runs towards him, and they both fell down with the flying machine. Patema and Age sees the machine approaching them. She kicks it and changes their trajectory, saving them from getting crushed by it. Age walks towards Porta, but Izumura shoots a bullet in front of him. Age asks him why doesn't he would let her go, as she is a sinner to him. Patema tightly holds Age in fear. Izumura shoots a bullet in Age's right leg, but he is still not letting Patema go. Izumura warns him and is about to shoot him again, but Porta attacks him from behind and snatches his gun away, but Izumura throws him down. Or above. Whatever. Izumura then takes out a knife. Patema bids Age goodbye and attacks Izumura to take his knife, but she misses. Izumura is now holding Patema and is about to drop her. But suddenly the ground below Izumura cracks when Age hits the floor in rage. They are now exposed to a different world above that ground. Izumura is getting pulled to the sky, but Patema's weight is holding him. Soon the flying machine flies towards them, knocking out Izumura and separating them. He gets flown off to the sky with the machine. Age successfully catches Patema, but realizes that they are levitating. Jaku throws a net to catch them safely. They both lose their consciousness. Soon Patema wakes up Age watching the new world. The Elder now reveals the truth that due to the experiment conducted long ago, people were getting pushed into the sky. But the people who did the experiment abandoned their life on the surface and want to live underground. This means that the citizens of Aga are the ones who are inverted and are the survivors of the experiment, whereas Patema and her people are the ones who lived on the surface. As a result, we saw those artificial stars in the world of Aga. And since Izumura knew all of this, he tried to stop Agi's father from revealing his secret. Patema goes to view her new world. Age calls for her and asks her to hold him and take him with her. And they together watch this beautiful scene of multiple ruins, birds, open sky, and a ring around the moon. So guys, that's it for today. Make sure to like and subscribe. Comment down if you want me to recap more such movies. See you until next time with another recap.